Words Lyrical Theater. This is your girl Monica J all day.
Yes, this is Mahogany Soul, and we are here live and direct in Inglewood, California at Accelerated Radio.
All right. This is GG the Storyteller, and you all know what IBV, last week, nobody's perfect. I'm sitting here and I'm giving all kind of mass shout outs to people in January, those Leos. See, there I go again, yo. Please accept my apologies for all the July people. Rashid, I'm like, mass shout out January, But anyway, we didn't come here until February, so maybe that was my subliminal going back to January to all the January people. But for Glenn and John D and our own guest London Moore and even Bum, these people having July birthdays all over the place. And we also want to give a shout out to our second host, Hot Words Usolosifer. He done jumped that broom, y'all.
Congratulations.
Love is a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Jennifer. It's a wonderful thing when you can find your twin flame. That's excellent. And then also on our third Saturday, we have the one and only Liz, LGD Poet. She is like in depth when she's doing those interviews. And on the fourth Saturday, we have host Alexis Faye, and she's out today because she's out there helping the city of Compton, cleaning up, a lot of cities raggedy. Little raggedy. All right, so check out her IG page. She got that good business sense, like Monica J all day. What you say?
Man, I'm ready to get into this show. I'm so excited. We have some amazing artists. And first up, we have Ayinde. He is a returning guest, but he is amazing. Musician, poet, black activist, and I've seen you on Channel 11, speaking up on, it was for Robert Fuller, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So go ahead and speak. And I'm sorry, I don't want to forget.
No.
You have an event today, or you have for Michael Thompson.
Michael Thomas.
I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. No,
and
it's
it
okay.
is today at 5:30 in Lancaster.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's go ahead and speak about that.
Yeah, so we have a protest that we're doing to trying to elevate and bring more attention towards the case of Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is a 62-year-old gentleman who was killed inside of our city by the deputies that police our own city. So we need to bring a little bit more awareness to those, because those police officers that killed him are actually still actively working inside of the force.
Wow.
And this man was killed in front of his family, his wife, and everyone else that was in that household. And they also stopped them from rendering aid towards him when it took place. So they pushed him away, forced his wife to go in a separate room, and they did not render aid to him. He ended up passing away from being shot in the chest. They told him, they used the excuse that he tried to reach and grab his gun, I guess not knowing that he was actually disabled and his hand was locked in place, so he wouldn't have been able to grab the gun even if that were the case. So right now we're trying to fight and bring I guess that there is no justice for someone who's killed unjustly, but we're trying to bring some sort of peace up some levels to the family and to the community as well.
Right, and we definitely want to make sure that his name is known and out there.
Thank you.
So what motivated you and pushed you with the Michael and for the Robert? Like, what made you feel like you wanted to be in the forefront and help these people get a voice and help their family, have their movement be heard?
Absolutely. I think that the community chose me. I don't really think that
Okay.
that it was something that I said that I want to be in front of, as much as it's something that they chose to place me in front of. We have so many great people that are involved, and it just so happened to play out that way. So I don't want to make it seem like in any sense that it's me, doing it. It's so many moving pieces
Okay.
that are involved inside of these things being elevated and being seen, and the family's roles. I think that the families are really the ones that are in the forefront of it, because they take the biggest hit out of all of it, and they are our sacrificial lamb that all of us benefit from in the end of it. Like when mishaps happen and one person feels the pain of it, community shifts in order to ensure that that pain doesn't distribute to anyone else. So they are kind of like, in that sense, that they bear the cross for us, and for that, like, we're thankful. So if anybody, I would say it's the families that that lead in the forefront, and they have I appreciate the trust that they put in me to be able to highlight these things. And so the community kind of elevated it that way for me, and I'm grateful for it. So, you know, it's something that I live for, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
This is Mahogany Soul. That's a beautiful thing, you know, that you are putting these people's message and, you know, story out there, because a lot of people don't know these names. Me, for one, I first heard of this today. You know, I mean, after going over your Instagram, I've seen, you know, the names and stuff, but I didn't know that there was another one. So it's good to be bringing these things to the forefront and putting that energy out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unfortunate. It's always another one and another one and another one and another one. So to take the position as far as standing for activism and what that looks like in practical terms today, is the position that I'm taking, because it's two phases to being able to execute something on behalf of a community, and one of them is being able to take positions of power within the current structure, but then the more important piece is to be able to develop equity so that we have our own of everything, so we don't have to ask for approval. Because a lot of the times for Black people, what success looks like is acceptance from white people. So for us, we don't want to lean towards being like, okay, white people approve of you, so now you're something. You're something, period. And you don't have to be able. We see these instances happen a lot, like with people like Nick Cannon, things happening with Kaepernick, where they as powerful as they are, they don't have the power in the position that they're in. So someone else is able to strip everything that they stand for away from them in a matter of a second. So unless we can develop our own, we're always going to be subjugated to the power that we bow down to. So whoever's handing us that money, whoever's handing us that paycheck, if you ain't signing it yourself, then we want to put you in a position of where you're doing that. Because other than that, you're always going to be subject to somebody else being able to pull your livelihood from you.
Most definitely. This is Mahogany Soul, well spoken. Just mentioning Nick Cannon and, you know, these other names, this definitely shows how they don't necessarily have the power that we think that they have, because once they're able to speak that truth, then you see that it's taken away. That's why it's good to be in a position to move how you do and create your own structure, be your own source and things like that. So it's great that you are in the community and doing that. As a Black man, you know, so many other Black men need to see other men that are doing that, other men that are standing strong in these obstacles. So I commend you on that.
Thank you so much.
And Monica J. all day. When I was looking at you on the news speaking, and whenever I see you speak, it kind of reminded me of Martin Luther King when he was standing in front and speaking, you know, and standing strong. And I think that sometimes in that we forget the sacrifices that you as a person, you know, doing all of this, that have to go through. You know, looking at Martin Luther King, I'm so sure he had to sacrifice being around his family, being, you know, doing things that he wanted to do. So in behalf of that, I wanted to just thank you for any sacrifices that you have to go through, or anything that you know, are taken away from in regards to helping those that, you know, need help. So I just wanted to say thank you.
That's tremendously appreciated, and I appreciate the sacrifice that y'all are giving as well. I appreciate y'all giving us this platform to be able to be heard on. I appreciate, because every time that y'all open up, or, you know, y'all spread this, somebody else is hearing it that wouldn't have heard it without y'all. So I appreciate y'all carrying that weight, because it makes it easier for the movement to be able to move forward, and I appreciate y'all for that. So I really want to tell you thank you.
You're so welcome. You are so welcome. And I know you have Gifted Art.
Gifted Arts and Activism.
Yes,
ma'am.
And
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
speak about that a little bit.
So Gifted Arts and Activism, we specialize in making information relative and easy. So we want to make the process an easy, our progress an easy process. So basically, we take the predominant issues that are facing the Black community right now, whether that be single mother households, whether that be mass incarceration, whether that be economic disparity, and we create campaigns to be able to solve those issues. But before we move into the campaigns, we create art around those issues so that we are able to educate the people so that they know what the issues are. A lot of the times, the problem in our communities is not that we don't want to learn as much as it is the information isn't relative to what we're going through currently. So it doesn't matter how great it is to know it, because the information doesn't interest me to begin with. So we create art that is relative. So if we do poetry, that's part of the reason why, you know, I spit around the topics that I spit around, because it's easier for people to digest it when it comes in a form of something that they can relate to, rather than just saying like, okay, let me go and let me get you to register to vote. That's not sexy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That it's just not. It's like people ain't trying to go and like they don't care about hearing that, because it doesn't mean anything to me when like I gotta walk home and I don't feel safe. Registering to vote doesn't sound like that's the solution to that. What sounds like the solution to that is, let me join this gang because they happen to be on the block, and if I can get good with them, then I can make it home. That's the type of thing that is relative to us. So if we can present it in a package that's practical to the people that we need to reach, then we can make it a lot more effective. But until we're able to do that, we have to expect the same results.
Most definitely. This is Mahogany Soul. I feel that you have to speak in a language that, you know, speaks with the people. And so if you want to move the culture, you want to move the people, you have to speak their language. So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
definitely agree with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So I know it's a big movement on right now, protect black women.
Absolutely.
What does that mean to you? Because I see it everywhere, and it's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to look out for my black woman. But what does that mean to you?
So to me, I always say the black woman is God for me, as far as the position that I take, because they are the highest form of creation. And one of the things that we have to notice is that there's a difference between it's not a problem to acknowledge the differences that we have. So for black women, not only are you black, so you have active melanocytes that the sun feeds off of, which gives you a different level of reception when it comes to the vitamins that are given from the sun, but also you have full use of your body. So like I have a chest that doesn't do anything other than build muscle, you know what I'm saying? And I can't sustain a life within my body. So because of that, like you guys are literally the gateways to earth. So when the act of creation happens, no person can enter this earth unless through a woman. So if we don't acknowledge the fact that these are our gateways to the world right now, and in or out. So every man was brought here by a woman, was raised by a woman, and we have to acknowledge what those are. So we have to understand how to balance the feminine and masculine energy together in order to keep things the way that they're supposed to be, because I don't believe that there's any equality in nature. There's only balance, and knowing how to keep those things in balance is key to be able to tap into our progress. So understanding that women are naturally nurturers because they have the ability to sustain life within them. It's literally put inside of you guys to develop life. So you guys are better at being able to focus on minute details, things that can sustain another person, and moving and developing those things. So I believe that women are naturally supposed to be in the position of leadership. They're supposed to be able to point out the things that we're supposed to do, and we're supposed to execute. There's people that structure, and then men are supposed to execute. So we have to protect the minds while we have the natural advantages as far as the body is concerned, and as far as muscle and strength is concerned. So for me, that's our job, protect that so that we can execute. The president don't go out on the front lines.
All right. Well spoken.
Okay. Well, this, if you're just tuning in, this is Monica J All Day here at Hot Words Lyrical Theater. We're going to take a little break and listen to Free by London Moore, and we'll be right back with I&D Love.
Well, I thought that we were free. Well, it seems somebody lied. Said slavery was abolished back in 1865. Every time I see the news, they just took another life. I guess being black and walking down the street come with a price. Once you wake up in the morning and you suddenly decide that you want to kill a brother, cause he doesn't matter, right? You a coward, put the gun away, you punk, learn how to fight. Stop with all that nonsense talking, you were fearing for your life. And you always get away with it because your skin white. How you sleep at night just knowing by your hand somebody died? I know you don't give a damn, y'all don't have a soul inside. How can you justify this homicide committed in daylight? When we follow the command, but you say we don't comply, so we try to take a stand, then we are not civilized. We come together like a band, always singing Kumbaya, my lord. I don't understand, cause that ain't never got us far no more. March, time we do something different. Those people are wicked. Sick of it. They keep killing us like what the fuck? Just like our ancestors. Enough. Frustrated, compelled to write about this cause I can't take it. How many more names and faces are gonna be hashtags because of a racist? We're being hunted like cattle as if we got a bullseye on our backs. Using us as target practice, and it's the ones in uniforms and badges who's supposed to be serving and protecting our asses. Not killing us because of our blackness. To ignore, it's time we even up the score. You take our life, we taking yours. A revolutionary war, like it ain't been done before. That's what they doing all this for. You just walk into a place and shoot a man thinking it's yours. You ain't had nothing else planned that day, you probably was bored. This was Sandra Bland and all the other victims. Got them locked up in the prison, throw the book at them, they finish. Give my people a life sentence and they work for less than minimum wage. Ain't no justice in the system, these are facts, I hope you listen. We're attacked, they're on a mission, they won't stop until we don't exist. Colonizers, you infect the planet and you got me pissed. Trying to rewrite history, don't you see who really built the shit? Brick by brick, here you come, claiming that it's yours. You destroying it, pay us what you owe us. Leave us be, wanna keep us in captivity. Damn, I can't believe we in 2020 and we still fighting to be free.
Welcome back. This is Monica J all day. And if you're just tuning in, we had Allende and we're bringing him back. So you do have an event that you're about to drive to.
Yes, ma'am.
Lancaster.
Yes, ma'am.
5:30 tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Where should we be if we're trying to be with you guys?
So it's going to be at the Lancaster Sheriff's Department. It's going to be right in front. We want to bring the attention right to them. We want to let them know that as far as the community is concerned, it doesn't matter what their actions are, because we're going to act on what we're doing anyway. So that's how we want to be able to move. We want to be able to ensure that from this point on, there is no more inaction. Even if there is inaction as far as the police department is concerned, that the community will step in and feel the part of that, because that's what a community looks like. Not just living next to each other, but acting on behalf of one another.
Okay.
Most definitely. We see that you are definitely a man about your words. You speak about the people, you speak about activism, and you're going straight into that after this. So we definitely appreciate you. Can you let the people know where they can find you?
Right.
Absolutely.
Taking the words out of my mouth.
Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter under Allende Love, which is spelled out A as in apple, Y as in yellow, I as in ice, N as in Nancy, D as in dog, and E as in elephant. LOVE, spelled traditionally. On Twitter, there's an underscore at the end of that. And then my organization you can find under Gifted Arts and Activism under all social media. Gifted Arts and Activism. You can hit Google and those will all pop up as well. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And be safe.
Absolutely.
In your travels, and just know that everybody is behind you in everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And if you guys were just tuning in, that was Free that we were listening to earlier by yours truly, London Moore, that we are now is in the building.
Hello,
welcome, actress, poet.
Yes.
Just the list goes on. Tell us about yourself.
Well, from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago. I moved to LA, I want to say about 5 years ago. And I came here, I had a rough time. So, I had to go back and get everything straightened out and worked out and come back full force. Now I'm making music now, poetry, and movies, and working on my own clothing line as well.
Okay. And that piece, Free.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you.
And it was so appropriate to what we're talking about at this
Definitely,
moment.
definitely.
Man, tell us about that. What inspired that piece?
Well, like Allende said, just what we see in the community, in life, and all around the world in general. This is what we have to go through on a day-to-day basis. And why should we have to go through that? Because of the color of our skin. This is what I mentioned in the song.
Correct. Yeah, it was a great piece.
Thank you.
What else are you working on right now?
Well, just the music, and like I said, I'm working on a clothing line and some acting.
Is that the piece that you have on right now?
I do. I have
Okay.
one of my pieces right
As
now.
I'm like, we're on YouTube, so go ahead and show them.
yeah, I have one of my pieces.
Okay.
It's Game Over.
Okay.
And also a friend of mine, he's supporting as well.
Tell us, what does that mean, game over?
You know, as an actress, you know, you create different characters. So this is a character I created as far as, you know, an action character. I love to do action movies. And I just created her, Game Over character, meaning, you know, it's time for everything to end. Everything to end. So it's like we're not going to take a lot of stuff anymore. So it's
Right.
game over.
Huh.
Okay. So you had mentioned that you had a struggle or some difficulties in when you came originally and had to come back. What was that you went through, and what helped you overcome that to have you strong to be here now?
I went through homelessness.
Okay.
Homelessness. And, you know, being in LA, a lot of people go through that. You see that everywhere here in LA. And I didn't want to be that person, you know, to come to LA and say, you know what, I didn't make it. It's too tough. It's difficult. So I have to step back, go back home, and regroup and take a look at what do I really want. Do I really want this? You know, what am I going to do if I really want it? So I took some time, a couple of years, and I just worked on me. That's all I did. I worked on me.
And I see, this is Mahogany Soul, I see the evidence of it. You know, you seem like a very confident woman that's, you know, secure in herself and where she's going. You seem passion driven, and you just seem focused.
I am.
And that's the energy that I'm getting from you. So, you know, sometimes you need that time to reset. It's no shame in saying that, you know, it didn't happen at this time. Let me set back, let me regroup, let me get it together so I can come back harder.
Yes, thank you.
And like you said, I think that's what your character exemplifies, that we ain't playing, what is it, game over?
Game
Yes.
over.
Game over, okay?
Game over.
Huh.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We are ready for the game to be over.
Yes,
Okay.
we are.
Yes.
New game. Start
It's
the new
about time.
game.
Yes.
You know, and I feel like in this moment, I think that's what's going on. It's a lot. And I don't know if it's because of COVID, where it's so saturated. You see this happening, that happening, and everybody's at home just looking at it. And I just feel like, you know, everybody's coming together and everybody's protesting and trying to make sure everybody's voices is heard. And I feel like this is the moment where game is about to be over.
Yes.
Restart. Let's start a new game.
This is
Yes.
what we want. This is what we're hoping.
This is, and I hope that it's not temporary. I really hope that it's a ongoing thing. Yes, ongoing thing.
Not
I really
just for
do.
the moment.
Yeah,
just
not
for-
trendy.
Yeah, not trendy.
Yeah.
Right. I
Because
really,
it seems as though a lot has slowed down to me. I don't know about you all, but you
And
don't
like
see
what?
you don't see it as much trending as much as it was a few months ago.
That's
Correct.
true.
You know, I don't want it to just to be a hashtag or a trend for now, and then we continue to go through it again next year and the year after.
Right, because we know that life is, you know, cyclical like that. You know, these cycles, you know,
Yes.
things happen again and again. So, you know, maybe this will be game over and we going into this new energy, this new phase.
We hope so.
I really hope so. So tell us something. You said you were an actress as well.
Yes,
What-
I am an actress.
Yes. So what pieces are your favorite pieces to try to channel? I know you had stated you like action.
I love action movies.
Yes.
That's, you know, I am a big action movie fan. I love action movies.
Doing your whole stunts and all that.
Doing all the stunts.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm too good at it, but I'll try.
Okay,
Try.
okay.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. Is it difficult sometimes? And I know I hear a lot of actresses when they're doing certain roles that it takes a lot from you emotionally and just physically. Does it take a lot from you as a person to do certain roles?
It does, because you have to channel that energy and create that character from birth. My acting coach, I had a few acting coaches. Kathy in LA. I'm sorry, what was she in Florida? She used to always tell us to channel the character and get to know the character from birth. So you're creating a whole person up until the age of the character. So that was difficult at first for me, you know, to do. But I think I kind of got a hold of it now.
So once you're done with the character, how do you transition back into your person? Because I know I'm looking at the Exonerated 5. I forget.
Exonerated 5?
Yes. How I forget which role it was. He was doing the toughest one. I think it was Corey, and he was saying how emotionally it took so much from him
It does.
as an actor. So I just kind of always wonder, like, what is that transition to get back into yourself?
Honestly, for me, it's time, just time away from everything, and meditation. That's what helps me
Okay.
to let go of that character and that energy. It's a lot of alone time and meditation.
London out here acting.
Not acting.
Not pretend
acting.
acting, like acting. Okay.
This is Mahogany Soul. I want to speak to you about the visual for I Am She.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And just the inspiration behind that. And I just wanted to say just how inspiring it was to me as a black woman. It was very tribal, it was very ancestral, and it just really brought me in and captivated me. So can you tell the people about it?
Well, like I said, that goes back to me being homeless and going back home to Chicago, getting to know who I am and loving myself and accepting who I am as a person. So I wrote that piece telling people how does it go? I am she. What is the first line of that? I'm sorry. Kind of thrown off right now.
It's okay.
Just being strong, empowering, heroic, not being afraid of who you are. That's where it comes from.
Most definitely, tapping into that warrior spirit, that is still present. There was a lot of female warriors that led nations, that did things, that really moved things. So, just tapping into that power of, standing into your truth, who you are, and just claiming that.
Exactly.
So I commend it. Hand clap to it. It's
Thank
a
you so
beautiful
much.
thing. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Are you want to grace us with a piece today? I think that it's a little freestyle that you
piece.
a little gonna do. Is that? I think that's what I heard.
That's what you heard? Who told you this?
A little
That's
bird.
what I heard.
That girl named Gigi.
I was like not sure, so I wanted to test through you first. But I think that's what I heard.
Let me see. Which one do I want to give you? There's one I wrote. What's the name of that? For My People. I'm going to record this when I go back home to Chicago. I have the music and everything to it. It goes.
We gonna keep it clean, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry
Just
about
making sure.
the last song.
Okay. No. Just want to make sure.
Since everybody's sitting back watching me, this is what I'm gonna do with my monopoly. I'm gonna buy a whole lot of property and give back to my people, because honestly, we at the bottom and we still ain't growing economically. What is this democracy? Fighting for equality, still living in poverty, so sick of the hypocrisy. Time we make some changes, rearrange it and think logically. And I know my ancestors gonna be proud of me. I wanna shut down all the liquor stores that's posted up on every corner. Open up our own shops, kick out all the foreigners. Have a couple schools for the youths who ain't got their fathers. Just a little patience, I believe we can make them smarter. Teach them about business, and through reading they acquire knowledge. They don't have to spend a bunch of money to enroll in college just to be in debt, and I bet they can be a scholar. No more EBT. Tax and think is criminal. Legalize theft while these racist individuals giving us the minimal. No more EBT. Plant a couple seeds, buy some land, grow our food. I don't like the way the system works, got me in the mood. Section 8 don't think it's cool, funding wars I don't approve. No more pharmaceuticals. Cure religion cause it causes division. Help each other up, spread more love. Town we kill the drama, sick of seeing us as some thugs. Police always shooting us, lock us up, we in these cuffs. Other side we cannot trust. Just imagine if we buck. But in our hearts we carry peace. If we did, it would get deep. All we need is unity to build our own communities. Worry less about how we dress, cause with that I'm not impressed. Get these checks and then invest. Equity in some assets. Get us out of these projects. Talking generational wealth. Ain't looking for help, let's do it ourselves. Let's break these curses, they put us through hell. It's time to prevail.
Yes. If you guys were just tuning in, that was a freestyle piece by London Moore.
Thank you.
This is Monica J. All Day here at Hot Words Lyrical Theater. We're going to take a quick break and listen to Sorry by Ayende Love, and we'll be right back.
The Negro was a drug created to destroy my community. The Negro was a drug created to destroy my community. The Negro was a drug created to... Last night, while I was asleep, I heard a slave speak, telling me to keep my body strong but my brain weak. And they stripping away our history to take our future away, and they Willie lynching a system that still survives today. I mean, that's why we see our people make it to the NBA, but we don't see no hope in making the next MLK. And somebody told me that I sold my soul to the devil the other day. And really, I just laughed and told him, thank you for the compliment. Because really, that's you acknowledging my accomplishments. Or maybe that's you acknowledging my new consciousness. I mean, I hope that's not you acknowledging what I'm up against. I don't get it. People always fear what they don't understand. But what's the basis of fear when you live as a black man and you steady under attack like you living in Iran, just off the sounds of those sirens? And I don't fear no man, but cops ain't human. They don't feel the pain off the families losing. So if this ain't about supremacy, what are you proving? See, I see my cities getting pretty, but people are moving. That's just gentrification under the cloaks of improvements. And I speak to be heard, so this is a message. This is a message for the young girl with the dark skin. I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize on behalf of the world for the position that we put you in. And I would like to apologize on behalf of men for we have destroyed the image you represent. And I would like to apologize on behalf of the beauty industry for making you feel so insignificant. Because this is a message. This is a message for that young girl with the dark skin. I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize on behalf of music videos that make you look like nothing more than an object for men's enjoyment. And I would like to apologize on behalf of the jobs that won't even consider you for employment. And I would like to apologize on behalf of those bullies in school because I know they bring so much torment. Because this is a message. This is a message for that young girl with the dark skin. I'm sorry.
This is Monica J all day, if you guys are just tuning in. And that was a piece by Ayinde Love called Sorry. And we were just talking to London. So London, thank you for your piece that you also did before the piece that we were just listening to. What is up and coming for you? What do you have that is coming?
Well, currently I'm working on my EP. Yes, that's what I have working on right now. And I'm doing a few independent films. One I wrote myself, and I'm helping a friend of mine with his.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay. And then where can we find you on social media if we're trying to go ahead and support you as an artist?
Okay, I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and also I have a YouTube channel. So my Facebook page is London Moore. That's London, last name Moore, Moore. Instagram, it's london.moore, spelled the same way, LONDON.MOORE. And on YouTube, it's London M Moore, LONDONMMOORE.
Yes, well, y'all stay tuned because it's definitely going to be more coming from London Moore. No pun intended. All right?
Thank you.
All right, we appreciate
you so
having
much.
you here.
Thank you.
And we are getting ready to go into our next person, Mr. Bum.
Oh,
Yes.
I feel like I made it. I appreciate y'all.
From Chicago as well, right?
Born in Southside. All my family's from there.
Okay.
But raised in Southeast Virginia, 7 cities.
Southside.
Shout out to the Bishop Boys in Southside Chicago. Workline, Southeast Virginia.
Songwriter, producer.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're a
Yeah.
heavy hitter.
A man a million times.
Right. It took it's a long journey.
Okay.
But I got there. I was looking for assistance at first, trying to get a helping hand. But be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. I asked for greatness, and so I was forced to go down a different journey. So
I like that.
didn't know if I was gonna make it out, but we here. Here we go.
All right.
Yes.
Out here on Hot Words, So
So welcome.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Honestly, all jokes aside, I really do feel like this is an important moment in my life. So thank you for having me. I appreciate you ladies for having me. Black Queens at that. Everything that's going on. So like I said, not blowing smoke up y'all behind, but being serious.
So you and London know each other?
I do.
Okay. So has she been an actress in any of your pieces, or have you guys collaborated on anything?
Well, far as work-wise, I met London trying to become an actor, like take an act, California, trying to do classes. So I joined the class, and I sucked at it. I'm getting better. But there was an amazing talent. London was there, and she can show everybody better. You know, me just speaking on it. But I was blown away. But then we had the Chicago connection, and literally she stays a couple blocks down from my grandmother. So it was like, wow.
Small world.
Yeah, and then on top of that, with the classes we were taking, we got to know each other more, and just knowing that we were artists at the end of the day. So for me, that builds a family bond and connection, and especially from being from Southside Chicago. So
Most definitely.
yeah, it worked out.
Mahogany Soul here, y'all going in the same field and, you know, just reaching for your goals. It's good to have somebody that you can relate to, you know?
Yeah, and it just also too, just I like everything for myself to be organic. Like I said in the beginning, I kind of like forced a lot of things. The old I'm an 80s baby, so the please listen to my demo, please like me. And, you know, once, just like King over here was speaking on, once you find validation in yourself and you realize you don't need others, that kind of changes. It goes, you know, so I started taking more the organic approach.
I hear that. So this is Mahogany Soul. Speak on the name Bum. You know, people hear that bum. You know, they would think that that's, you know, the negative connotation that we have from bum. You don't do anything. You don't have any goals or dreams. But obviously, you are the opposite of that. So why did you decide to keep that name?
One, ironically enough, it's my childhood name.
Okay.
So my mother called me Bum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know there was a background story behind
Right.
it. 'Cause
Well,
I'm gonna call you a
no,
bum.
no. Yeah, would send me outside to go play and let me dress myself, but she said you look like a bum when you go outside. So it kind of
It just
Stuck with
stuck.
you.
Okay.
So all my family members, shout out to y'all. It just became like a household name. And then coming up in music, you know, you always want to have that cool name, that superhero name.
Right.
Like I said, during the journey, I realized, you know, I wanted something that stuck out, and it was in front of me the whole time. And like you said, you know, the negative connotation to the word, it made sense one day. You know, just with all what I've done and been blessed, God is great. The perception, like you said, you see bum. And it's like, and then in the community, we use that a lot. You know, that's like the lowest of the low, or you a bum. And I should just laugh it off and be like, yo, you know, like my name is Bum, right? You know? So as I kept going, I just realized, you know, be who you are. You know, I paid my dues. I've like I said, God is great. I've done some amazing things in my lifetime, and I've continued to do them. So this is just me, you know, so just plain and simple. And that's where the name came from. I choose to stick with it because it's not a gimmick. It's me. So when you meet me, this is what you get.
Right. And you did speak on keeping things organic, so that just falls in line with that. You want something that's natural to you. So
plus, it just like I said, the perception. In hip hop, especially, I feel like we do things to stand out. Rather it's your hair dyed a certain color, you know, whatever. And like I said, it was underneath my nose the whole time. What can you do to stick out and still make sure you stay authentic to the craft?
Right.
You know, it's not gimmicky rap. You know, just being who you are. Like I said, it was me. My name is Bum. So you know, I accept that challenge. So when I step up to the microphone, when I step in front of people, you know, just showing everybody who I am organically. You know.
All right. So you got a degree in engineering. Are you
Yes.
primarily an engineer? Are you more an artist? Or are you just collectively just a creative?
I'm a creative. So even like now, I focus on just helping artists and putting them in, steering them in the right direction. Going through this, I've noticed a lot of artists, everybody can tell you how to do it, they never done it. And going again to what the King was saying, Young King earlier was saying, just providing information. I noticed there was a lot of people just, I know what I'm doing. And it was puzzling because I was looking at them and I was like, but we in the same position though. So how is it that you know what you're doing and we in the same, you know, something's missing. So what I just ended up doing in the sound engineering came about, shout out to my wife, Jazzy. I was just somebody just trying to do that same kid. I know what I'm doing. And she's like, do you have an education? I was like, you don't need no education, you just hustle. And way before we got married, she said, if you follow me, I promise you, I'll change your life. And she did. And I was like, you know, just being arrogant, well, show me. And she got me enrolled in school. So I ended up going to school.
Shout out to the wife.
Right.
Shout
Jazz,
out to her. Always.
right?
Yeah, Jasmine.
Jasmine.
So I ended up going to school in Maryland, in Rockville, Maryland. Shout out to Omega Studios. And I went there for 2.5 years. Went to school. They trained us on everything, and at the same time, it was an active studio, recording studio. So like artists like Raheem Devon and people like that, soulful artists, they would come through. And then I got the opportunity because the guy that owned the building, shout out to Pete, come to find out, he was the organizer of the Grammy chapter in D.C. So he had this kid from Southeast Virginia who's just yapping off at the mouth and just claiming, and he said, what do you want to do? And I said, I want a Grammy. He said, well, how you going to get it? And I had no answers. Everybody can tell you how to do it. They never did it. So he told me, so you think about that. And I promise you, I went 2 years without seeing Pete, and he owned the building. I didn't see him for 2 years. So I was about to graduate. He called me back to his office, and he said, what do you want to do? And I said, I'm still going to win a Grammy. I don't know how I'm going to win it, but I'm going to do it. And crazy part about that story is he turned around, went to his computer, he wrote a phone number down, and it was for NARAS, National Arts Recording Association Society. And I called it, and he said, we've been waiting for your phone call. And it was for the Grammys. So just that organization. So, like I said, God's been good, and I just took that path. So just learn that education. It's taken me to a whole new level now. I'm not so much trying to rap. Rapping is in me. It's part of culture. It's who we are, poetry and everything like that. So I want young cats to be more involved in knowing why they're not getting the money they're not getting, why they're not getting the accolades or the recognition. And that just comes strictly from just registration, paying dues, paying fees to certain organizations. Like I said, for a Grammy back in the day, I thought it was the illusion of I'm on the corner one day, I come up with a hot song, I come on Hot Words, you know what I'm saying? Y'all play it, it blow up, and then Hot Words lets everybody know the song is hot, and then you get a Grammy one day, you walk down the aisle. It doesn't work that way.
Right, it's a whole process.
And one of those processes are you have to sign up for the Grammy chapter.
Well, we're here rocking with Bum and, keeping it organic. And as speaking about being organic, we're going to get into this track titled Nature by Bum. Y'all vibe.
Young queen, much is obliged. Rooted together truly, yeah, through our family ties. Trying to earn $1 from what barely pay you pennies. Mirage smoke screen dreams, someone dressed with an image. Pray bring you someone with substance filled with good and plenty. Even though I'm a realist, I hope and true you get it. If anyone deserves it, it's definitely you. Respect you to the highest for all that you do. A friendship that sticks permanently, paper and glue. Rarely show emotion, but when you do, my soul radiates warmly through an entirely brighter view. Hey, thank you for inspiring and being always you. Lord knows, I love you, yes I do. Don't you ever forget, never call it quits. You are meant for greatness, say it from the heart. Your soul is underrated, never settle for less, cause you are amazing. Sometimes I know you feel you at your breaking point, but always remember, a smart person plays chess and never check the spurs. Lord knows, I love you, yes I do. Don't you ever forget, never call it quits. You are meant for greatness, say it from the heart. Your soul is underrated, never settle for less, cause you are amazing. Sometimes I know you feel you at your breaking point, but always remember, a smart person plays chess and never check the spurs. Young queen, get after your dreams. As a God formed, as a human, you're so many things. A master jasmine artist, mogul Latanya Swan, 101 Jasmine Lene, authentic Damona Johnson, iconic Aurelia Michael, a genius Phaedra Harris, or simply just the best version, the greatest, no comparing. You, none of us ever perfect. We're critiquing these flaws, just know it shows your growth. Breaking these ceiling walls, elevating, eliminating prior social stigmas. Take pride in the fact you were instilled an enigma. Guess that just speaks to others taking time to converse. You ever need anything, you know how to reach me. Ay, Lord knows, I love you, yes I do. Don't you ever forget, never call it quits. You are meant for greatness, say it from the heart. Your soul is underrated, never settle for less, cause you are amazing. Sometimes I know you feel you at your breaking point, but always remember, a smart person plays chess and never check the spurs.
Thank you, and welcome back. This is Monica J all day. If you guys are just tuning in, that was a piece called Nature by Bum. So, what do you have coming up?
First off, let me just say shout out to London Moore and Hot Words, you know what I'm saying, for this opportunity to just be able to speak to you guys. So what I have coming up, I'm behind the scenes a lot. I manage an artist. His name is Dot Soul.
Okay.
He's from the Bay Area. He has an album out now called The Get Back. We're also on one of the latest mixtapes from the game called Who's Got Game. We have a video coming out called Bounce It, getting ready to come out, which is directed by the beautiful Amari, who's an amazing dancer, and Ibri. If I said your name incorrect, I do apologize, Queen. But we have that coming out. For myself, I'm in the making of trying to create my own digital distribution platform for myself. And then other than that, just a lot of collaborations with different artists, different beat makers, like Manny Hampton Beats, who's doing a lot of great production. But these are a lot of up-and-coming cats who are coming up. They're the younger generation.
Yes.
I'm very excited about what they're doing. And also, hopefully, with the Queen, we can get some stuff started. But I know she's busy on her project right now, but that's the things I'm involved in right now.
And how can we get in contact with you? How do we follow you? How do we get on with your movement going on?
I'm a regular Joe. I'm a regular dude. So you can find me on Instagram at bum, BUMM 1983.
Okay.
Just reach out. Like I said, once you go up there, there's a lot of content of those same people I mentioned. It's not a lot of even my content. It's their stuff. I'm actually for the movement.
Okay.
So.
And if people wanted to network with you, collab on anything, they can just reach out to you on your social?
Yeah, reach out to me. Please come with respect. Always know my time is valuable.
That part.
And you are valued just like I'm valued. But, you know, if it makes common sense, yeah. And it can be just as simple as you just stating what you want to do. Just as simple as that. You don't have to come with anything like over extraordinary, but that's it.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest here. And to you and London, I just want to make sure that you guys know, like I don't know what the struggles are or what you guys have to endure in your projects and things that you guys are doing creatively. So I just want you to know, like, just keep strong and just keep motivated, and whatever you're manifesting, it will come.
Blessings.
I just wanted to let you guys know that.
Same thing to you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
y'all.
And we do have a little hot drop that we have in the building. Christiana. Yes. You going to give us some love real quick?
Beautiful Christiana.
Yes.
Go ahead then.
Okay, so this piece is titled Soul Ties, or 7. 7 is the number of completion.
Yes.
I'm so tired of being soul-tied and casting my pearls before swine, all for a lustful temporary high that just ends up as another bottomless cloud 9. Now, through the eyes of a carnal mind, it appears so simple. But open your third eye and you will find that you're allowing access directly to your temple, allowing thieves to thrive inside and hide their lies, trying to convince you that it's innocence is adolescence and that the love is heaven sent, a certified blessing. But that's until you wound up pregnant, and now there's a shift in his perception. And to him, you ain't nothing but a trap queen. But that's a trap queen. You're the offspring of a king, true royalty indeed. So please, don't take sex out of context. It's much more complex, so don't fall for the scheme set at the hands of thy enemy, wanting you to believe in the false paradigms of paradise. That's about as guaranteed as a paradise hidden 7s every time. Continue to take that gamble with your life and you'll never succeed, you see? Because only God could be the fighter your 2 and the 40 your 3.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. If we are trying to follow you, how do we go ahead and keep up with your poetry?
You can follow me on Instagram at this time. My Instagram is Christiana, so that's CHRISTYAHNA. And my Facebook is Christiana H. Ewing. That's CHRISTIANA, H like hope, EWING.
Thank you so much for that piece.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. 7, right? 7.
Completion.
Man, right?
Yes.
Wow, it's like some good vibes, some great people here, heavy hitters, as we always bring, you know, in our show. Like, we always are bringing the heat and just making sure that people are heard, loved. We have to support each other. You know what I mean? I think that in this time, it's so important to go ahead and support one another. I think as Black people and just people in general, we always feel like you're going to take my light, you're going to take my shine, you're going to take my money. And it's not even about that. It's so much out here for everybody to get fed. It's so much money out here to be made. It takes nothing for me to support you and post you on my Instagram. It's not going to cost me a dime. So I just feel like everybody needs to just go ahead and support each other.
Say that one more time. This is Gigi. Say that one more time.
One more again.
It costs nothing, not a dime, not a penny, nothing to repost someone, to go ahead and show some love, to go ahead and just support one another. It doesn't take anything but just a second of your time.
That's it. Knowledge
That's
is power.
That's it.
Knowledge is power.
That is it. It is a lot of movements going on right now. It's a lot going on.
It is. And speaking of things that's going on, we want to remind you guys to check out Allende's Love protest at the Lancaster Sheriff Station. That's at 5:30, y'all. If you can get there to support the movement, come through.
Yeah, shout out to him. No, that was good information. That was hearing that word. That was
Right?
dope.
It is a lot. So we want to go ahead and make sure that we know about our event tomorrow. Right. It is Mask on, mic up. Okay, it's tomorrow. Sunday, August 2nd. I'm gonna get it together. Like, working from home. No, the Gigi. Working from home, all my days blend together, child. Okay, shucks.
Okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. This is Gigi. I'm gonna leave her alone right now. But okay, I'm gonna leave
No,
her
for real. They all blend together. Today's Saturday, Monday. I don't know. It's just another day. Okay. Open showcase is going to be from 2 to 5. The drum circle starts at 2 p.m. on the dot.
Well, y'all got a drum circle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you make sure you come. Okay. Karaoke starts right immediately after that. And we have 6 featured guests on our showcase tomorrow. If you guys are interested in that, you guys have to go ahead and inbox Hot Words Lyrical Theater for more details. And then our next week's show, we are going to have poet Ren Ashanda. I believe I'm saying that right. I hope so. From Melbourne. And then
Australia, baby.
Yes.
International.
Right.
And you already know we are Hot Words Lyrical Theater. This is Monica J all day. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is monica.j.mua. Hot Words Lyrical Theater on Instagram. We are also on the YouTube, child, okay? And you guys, if you guys are missing the show, it always is on Spotify afterwards. So go ahead and make sure that you are plugged in there. And the next show is next here on Hot Words Lyrical Theater. And we're going to go ahead and enjoy this piece called Inspiration by Jonathan Smart.
Give me a beat so I can scream. All of these things are far with me. Heart at war, my soul want peace, and my mind is screaming, it just won't sleep. My mind is screaming, it just won't sleep. My mind is screaming, it just won't sleep. Heart at war, my soul